Hello, boys and girls, and welcome back to another day of writing. This week, we're going to be writing about a famous Virginian. His name is Arthur Ashe. Let's learn more about Arthur Ashe. All right, so we're going to be using our report writing skills to write about Arthur Ashe. All right, we're going to learn all about Arthur Ashe, and we're going to write an introduction about him. We're going to be writing about his early life, interesting facts about his childhood. We will also be writing about his career. What is he best known for? Some facts and stories about his successes. And then we're going to be writing a conclusion. What happened to Arthur Ashe? So here is the beginning part of Arthur Ashe's story. Are you ready? Let's begin. In this book, on the right, you have the cartoon version of Arthur Ashe, and on the left side of the book, you have actual pictures of Arthur Ashe. This is him when he was about 7 years old. All right, here we go. Let's start. 7 years old, Arthur Ashe loved to play tennis in Richmond, Virginia neighborhood of Brookfield Park. His dad worked as a police officer in the neighborhood, and every chance Arthur got, he would head to the courts to play his favorite game. Now, this is the first page of the book. Is there any main information here that would be important to write about in your report? Let's take a look. I saw a few of them. I think it's important to say that at 7 years old, that Arthur loved to play tennis. He played in Richmond, Virginia, in Brookfield Park, and you might even want to say that he said it was his favorite game. Okay, so what I have done is underline the main parts of this page, and now I'm going to write about it. I didn't need the part that his dad was a police officer, even though that's good to know. I didn't want to talk about the dad. I'm only going to talk about Arthur Ashe. So I highlighted these important facts about Arthur Ashe's life. And now look what I do when I take this information and change it into my own words. So, as you know, I took the information that I thought was important on that page and I changed it. 7 years old, loved to play tennis, Richmond, Virginia, Brookfield Park. So here's what I did. Arthur Ashe grew up in Richmond, Virginia. When Arthur Ashe was 7 years old, he loved playing tennis in the Brookfield Park neighborhood. Tennis was his favorite sport. So now I took that information that I had about Arthur Ashe and I changed it and put it into my own words. So I would like for you to do the same. Don't copy what I have, but you're going to make your own sentences for this page. Now, I did not put any headers or attention grabbers here, but you can. All right, he grew up in Richmond, Virginia. He's playing tennis, so think about that and write. All right, let's go on to the next page. Now, you're going to listen to the story, and then you'll get a chance to play the video again and go back and do your writing. So if you want to pause now and write now, that's fine. Or if you want to listen to the whole part of the book, the whole video, and then come back, play and pause, and then write, you can do that too. All right, if you want to pause, press pause now. If not, we're moving on to the next page. There weren't very many places for black kids to play tennis during that time because black people and white people were not allowed to go to many of the same places together, and that included parks. This was called segregation. There's that word again. Segregation, where the laws that were in the United States that said that blacks and whites could not stay together or be together. It's called segregation. We remember this word with Martin Luther King, where they had white-only restaurants, black-only restaurants, places for whites to go, places for blacks to go. They tried to keep blacks and whites separate. And this segregation law was here when Arthur Ashe was playing tennis. Now, let's take a look at what's important on this page. All right, there are a few things. Places for black kids to play tennis. So not many places for black kids to play tennis. And then segregation. So you can say that Arthur Ashe didn't have many places to go to play tennis because the parks were segregated. And this means that black and white kids were not allowed to play together. All right, let's move on to the next page. Now, if you are deciding to write after each page, like if you want to pause, press the pause button and then start writing sentences for what I have underlined. But if you want to hear the whole book first and then come back to write, you can. Press pause if you want to write and continue. Press play if you want to continue reading the story. Arthur was very grateful that he had a place near his home where he could play tennis whenever he wanted to. Arthur got so good at it that one of the best black tennis players in the nation, Ronald Charity, wanted to coach him. Arthur was so excited to learn from the best. And if you take a look at this picture, here is the actual picture of Ron Charity. Now you may say, well, what are the main things in this page? Well, let's take a look. Well, Arthur was able to play tennis wherever he wanted. He got good at tennis. Ronald Charity wanted to coach him, and he was excited to learn from the best. These are the 4 main things on this page that I would highlight, and then you can write about them. Press pause if you're writing now, or continue if you're going to go back and listen to the movie and write later. All right. When Arthur was 7 years old, it was some exciting times for him, but it was also sad times because his mother had just passed away. But before she died, his mother taught him one of the most valuable things in his life. She taught him how to read. All right, let's find out the important parts of this page. At 7 years old, his mother passed away. His mother taught him how to read. All right, press pause if you're going to write your sentences now about this page, or continue if you're going to write about it later. Arthur loved to read and learn new things, and he always worked hard to get good grades in school. His love of learning and hard work showed in how well he did in school and also on the tennis court. All right, now let's take a look at the main ideas from this page. He loved to read, he got good grades, and he was a hard worker. And you can say he was a hard worker in school and on the tennis court. All right, you can press pause now if you're writing about this page, or continue if you're going to write about it later. All right, so now boys and girls, this is your time to do your writing. If you did your writing along with the video, then you can continue working. If you wanted to listen to the first part of the story without writing, you have come to the end of the first part of his life. You're going to be talking about his early life. I need you to re-listen to the video, and I want you to go into Google Classroom and click on the Author Ashe report. You're going to skip the introduction page because you don't know enough about Arthur Ashe yet to introduce him. But go down to the early life page, which is the second page. Find early life, and I want you to take a look at each page of the book that I read, pause it, and then write a sentence for the underlined parts that I have written. Make the sentences in your own word. I have given you parts of a sentence, but you need to make it into your own sentence. All right, this is your assignment for Google Classroom. Now, you may not get finished with all of the pages today. Just do as much as you can, and then you can listen to the video again tomorrow to write more about Arthur Ashe. So once again, your assignment, go to Google Classroom, find the Arthur Ashe assignment, scroll down to early life, replay the video, and write notes on each page based on the underlined portion of each page. All right, well, boys and girls, have fun, and we'll talk about Arthur Ashe more tomorrow. Have a good day and have fun.